Okay, Summer Circuit, first match streamed on the Summer Circuit. Here's the kickoff. Really exciting on this Div 5 matchup. DrunkCookies pushing this over into the orange side. Tyler's looking to get the clear, but does get bumped away by Cookies. Gilcher now trying to push this on the offensive. Taking the ball, trying to get it past Karen. He gets it to the mid, but DrunkCookies is there to clear it back into the orange left side. Tyler trying to go off the wall here. Can't quite get to that ball, but Karen can get this pushed back in front of the net. DrunkCookie's doing a nice fly-in, but couldn't quite connect with that. Karen almost getting a shot just to the top left of the goal. Now Gilcher trying to push this to Tyler. Shizzle, who looks like he's going to be taking this up the wall. Looking to get this push to mid for his teammate. Can't quite get it past Karen, though. Karen now taking this ball over to the wall. Looks like he's going to go up the wall with it. Try to do something. Couldn't quite get it past Shizzle, though. And now DrunkCookies pushing this back over to midfield. Karen getting this over the top of Gilcher. And now DrunkCookies looking to get a shot. But Tyler is there to hit that over the top of DrunkCookies to get it cleared away. Karen now squaring up a center here. Trying to get this right into the mid for his teammate. But DrunkCookies couldn't quite connect with that. Now Gilcher getting this pushed down into the blue half. There is no one there. If he's quick enough, he can get it past Cookies. He does get it across, but Tyler couldn't quite connect with that one in there. Now Gilcher looking to get back here on the defensive as Tyler trying to push this one away from their goal. They get a nice little pinch there. Calculated clear. Very nice. Cookies with a shot on net. Gilcher easily stopped, though, as it was pretty low. And Tyler with a pre-jump trying to get that over the top of the defender and hopefully into the net. Nice redirect as well. Very nice plays by Tyler. You did not, or T-Shizzle rather. It's very, very impressive. Gamer Teach coming out. Community Cast, or Gamer Teach saying, Community Caster kicking off the season. Have a good one, Bags. Appreciate you hanging out with us, Gamer Teach. Gonna root for Cookies. I'm rooting personally for Void Esports as that is my org. A little bit biased there. Gilcher now getting this 51 over into the corner. DrunkCookies can't quite connect with it. Shizzle almost with another shot. Nice little bar in, but couldn't quite do the same thing. DrunkCookies now with a shot on net. It's a little bit to the left, and now Gilcher trying to get this over the top of Karen. Does. Bouncing off the top of the wall there. Gets this pushed down. Cookies gets this past Shizzle, and that might be rolling in unless Gilcher can get back quickly. Nice little half flip, and does get the save. Very nice performance there by our Div 6 team, but not today. Karen is there to finish it off and put it in the back of the net. That half flip was very impressive. You don't really see that a lot in this division. You can tell all these players are very skilled and they're out here to play or out here to have fun. Gark coming out saying rooting for T-Shizzle. I would hope so, my friend. I'm also rooting for T-Shizzle personally. DrunkCookies, T-Shizzle going 50-50. Not today, Karen getting this past Shizzle. Gilcher getting a little clear out to the mid. Nice little pass action there, but couldn't quite get it on the post there. Good plays by blue team, just couldn't quite connect with it. Karen now looking to do something with this ball. Getting a nice off-the-wall hit, but Shizzle is there to stop it. Now DrunkCookie's got a nice open shot. Doesn't quite get the power he's looking for. Gilcher gets taken out as he gets that clear, but Karen now taking this ball into the corner. Shizzle hitting this back out to Karen. Karen back out to the mid, and Gilcher gets there before DrunkCookies. I believe that's a shot on net. Not quite, just a little to the left. Couldn't quite line up that open net opportunity, but very nice pressure anyway. I'm sure that got blue team on their toes there. Now Gilcher trying to connect with this Shizzle there, putting it past him. Karen now looking to get this over onto the offensive for DrunkCookies. Couldn't quite connect, and now Gilcher is trying to clear this, but Karen is there. DrunkCookies now pushing this forward. Karen, nice pop up to the left of the post. Shizzle looking to get a nice dribble play here. He's got it all to himself. Gets a nice. Couldn't quite get that 50 on DrunkCookies. He just sneaks it right underneath him. Gilcher trying to get the offensive here. DrunkCookies with a nice flick to get it past the defender, putting it on the right side of the net. And I just now noticed that our scoreboards look to be reversed. So at some point I will have to fix those. Local sports team is blue team, and Void Esports is orange team, just so you guys know. Karen and Gilcher going 50. Karen winning this kickoff, trying to get it past Gilcher, but can't quite. Shizzle pushing this up to DrunkCookies. DrunkCookies couldn't quite get that towards the net, but Gilcher can now take this on the offensive. Low boost here, picks up 12. looking to do something with it, but he's going to back off and let Shizzle fly in, get a nice lob up into the corner here. Shizzle now hitting this out to Gilcher. Gilcher hitting this back over to DrunkCookies, who clears it over to the right side. Gilcher now trying to get something on this, couldn't quite get to it off the wall there as Karen hits this down into the corner, bouncing this up into the midfield. Gilcher off the wall, unfortunate own goal by Gilcher there. I see he was going for the clear, got that side flip and just couldn't quite get it out, just ends up hitting it with his tires and lobs it right into the corner. He's not going to be happy about that one. They're definitely going to want that one back. Gamer Teach saying cookies! And Gerwin as well. We do have some people cheering on both teams here. This is a very even matchup so far. It does look like, what is it? It does look like Local Sports team is definitely putting the hammer on him this first game. Get a nice kickoff goal there. Shizzle couldn't quite figure out what he needed to do there to get to the ball, and DrunkCookies gets that nice redirect into the net. 49 seconds left. They're gonna have to adjust their gameplay if they want to do something about that. Yo, Gerwin, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Shizzle pushing this down. Can't get past DrunkCookies, and he comes in and just takes him out, gets him out of the play completely. Always nice to use demos to get players out. Gilcher now getting a nice lob towards the corner, bouncing it towards mid, but DrunkCookies does get the clear out there. DrunkCookies now flicking this downfield to T-Shizzle, who gets a nice bounce up over the top, but Karen does get up to that ball and clear it back into the left side corner. T-Shizzle looking to sit here on the offensive, or on the defensive rather, see what blue team's gonna do. They do have the ball to themselves here. They'll line up a nice play to get it up the wall. Can't quite get that away from blue team, but Gilcher now with an open net opportunity gets it past NotTodayKaren and is able to put it right in the net. 5 seconds left. They're down 2 goals. I highly doubt they're going to be able to come back and tie this one. I've seen crazier things happen. I'm definitely hoping they do, but unless they get a very favorable kickoff, we're going to see this go into game number 2. See here. Gilcher NotTodayKaren getting the 50 over to midfield. Shizzle can't quite get that popped up in the air, and that is the end of round 1. Local Sports team takes the first round. Okay. Put the tick up on the scoreboard there, even though it is reversed. Not really much I can do about that mid-circuit, but we will put it up saying that Local Sports team has game 1 of 3 needed to take it. Void Esports burnt Sienna is going to need to adjust their gameplay. I was noticing a lot of the time they had issues clearing the ball out on that pressure. Once it got on their side, getting some nice clears out to midfield, they just would kind of sit there and try to square up the enemies. I think they need to play a lot more aggressive and just kind of attack that ball head on as we head into game number 2 of this 5-game series. Like we got 2 people on the teams. T-Shizzle joining his team, and there is Gilcher. Just takes a little bit, as they are on console, takes a second to join in there, just before the PC players, if you will. T-Shizzle with a nice RLCS car, I'm going to point out, with those new yellow wheels. Getting snazzy out there on the field. Gilcher, nice pinch up into the blue left corner. DrunkCookies clearing this, but T-Shizzle does lob this up. DrunkCookies looking for the fly up. He gets the nice shot on net, and that's going to be an awkward save for Gilcher. Couldn't quite get to that. Those backward aerials are very awkward. You just kind of have to jump up and clear him, and sometimes when it's that kind of power on the shot, it's difficult to get that clear away. So I would say Burnt Sienna needs to just shrug that one off. Just keep playing. Don't let that mental game get to you, and see what you can do here looking into game number 2. DrunkCookies taking this down into the corner. DrunkCookies trying to get a center. Can't quite do that though. Gilcher pushing this towards Karen. Karen pushing this back over into the corner. DrunkCookies flying in real fast. Couldn't quite connect with the ball. Karen hitting this to T-Shizzle. T-Shizzle lobbing this down into the corner. Karen getting this out to the mid for his teammate to clear away, but is 50'd by T-Shizzle. Yo, Rainclaw4, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Karen now clearing this to the left side, trying to get a nice lob towards the middle for his teammate. Couldn't quite connect with the teammate, wasn't there, but it doesn't matter as they're holding this pressure. I take that back actually. Gilcher pushing this down into the blue right side corner. DrunkCookies, nice off the wall to get that clear. Now it looks like, what was that? NotTodayKaren flying in, pushing that into the orange right side corner. Gilcher couldn't quite get that clear, but T-Shizzle is there to lob this up into the air. DrunkCookies getting a nice 50 down for his teammate to take, but is 50'd again by Gilcher. This is going down in front of the net. Tyler couldn't quite get high enough on that ball to hit it down into the blue net, and now NotTodayKaren's taken perfect advantage on that overcommit by the orange team to just put it right into their net with a nice power shot, 46 miles an hour, right into the corner. There's no way they're catching that. Blue team's definitely got the rotational pressure here. They're definitely getting that have better defense with the rotation, and so with that, they're giving up less goals. Definitely gonna see something here. As I say that, Gilcher putting this right into the corner. Ah, the caster's curse. Gotta love it. Talking about them saying that they're playing pretty well here, and then Gilcher comes in with T-Shizzle to get a nice shot right into that left corner, away from the defender. 2-1, 3 minutes 30 seconds left. This is game number 2 of a best-of-5 series, and it is still anyone's game. Gilcher getting the 50 with DrunkCookies, losing it over to the left, or right side rather, of the field. NotTodayKaren. It's a 50 over the top of T-Shizzle. This is bouncing dangerously near the net, but Gilcher is there to get the clear out to the right side. DrunkCookies now with the shot on net in the top right. Gets posted, couldn't quite put it there, but Karen is there to rotate around and put the shot right past the defense, which was a little thrown off by that bounce out from the post. Even I was thrown off by that bounce from the post as it just came right off the corner there. Nice capitalization by Karen to take advantage of that and put it right in the back of the net. NotTodayKaren and T-Shizzle going on the 50 here. Karen winning this 50 to the right side, looking to do something off the wall, maybe an aerial shot, but Gilcher rises to the occasion and clears this over to the left side. DrunkCookies, a nice flick over towards the net. Can't quite get it in the net though, and Shizzle's now clearing this up the wall. Can't get it past NotTodayKaren. This could be going in the net, but Gilcher is there to make the stop. Put this back over into the corner. Low boost here, just picked up a boost on the spawn. It's kind of lucky, kind of timed. We'll give him the calculated one on that one. T-Shizzle looking to 50 Karen, but Karen does get in the middle of the ball a little better. Cookies almost had a shot, but couldn't quite do it. Gilcher getting some bumps on, passing this back to his teammate to take it up the wall. T-Shizzle now hitting this out to the mid, gets it bounced down towards the what is it? The net, but Karen is there to stop it. Yo, Gilcher getting this to the middle. Karen pushing this down on the offensive. Yo, Evil, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. DrunkCookies trying to keep the offensive here, but Gilcher does get the clear out. And now T-Shizzle taking this up the wall, trying to get it past Karen. Can't quite do it. So Magox, welcome to the stream. As you're new here, I don't know if you're new to IGL, but if you are new to IGL, we do these kind of matchups all the time. We have 3 today, 1 at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and 11 p.m. This is our first matchup, the Div 6 matchup, which is Diamond 1 and lower, and we're seeing Avoid Esports Burnt Sienna versus Local Sports Team. So far, Local Sports Team is up 1 in the series and winning by 2 goals in the second game. With 1 minute and 30, it is still anyone's game. T-Shizzle clearing this over into the corner. Looking to get it past Cookies, but Cookies is way too fast for him to catch that. Nice off-the-wall flick to keep his momentum. Now Gilcher trying to get it past Karen. Can't quite, but it gets over to Cookies. Cookies with a weak shot on net. And Shizzle, nice little pinch clear there with his teammate. Karen got somewhat of an open net here. Shizzle's going to get there and get the clear over into the right side. Very nice plays by Shizzle there. Now DrunkCookies keeping this into the corner away from their net. T-Shizzle getting a nice 50 on one. Gilcher keeping the pressure here. We got a little bit of a double commit happening here by Orange Team, but it looks like they are going to get away with it, except T-Shizzle couldn't quite put that in the net. Does hit the post on that one. Definitely not going to be happy about that as they needed that goal. DrunkCookies now trying to get this out towards the net, but Shizzle is there to get a nice lob up to the field. Shizzle almost hitting this over into the net, just couldn't quite line it up here. Gilcher now, shot on net in the top right, hits the post, can't quite put it back, and DrunkCookies tries to clear this out with Karen, goes back into the dangerous area, but DrunkCookies does have control and gets it over the top of him, Gilcher. DrunkCookies now, trying to do some with the ball here, couldn't quite connect. Karen getting a nice center there, but Gilcher is there to clear that over into the corner. Coming down to the last 10 seconds of the game. Does look like Local Sports Team is going to take game number 2 of 3 needed to win the circuit. Again, Burnt Sienna's just going to need to adjust something to make it, and DrunkCookies getting the 0-second goal because why not? Just there for the center from Karen, off the pinch double commit from the Orange Team, and is just there to put it right into the center of the net. Making this 4-1, getting all the fantasy points they can. Very nice plays by a local sports team. And looking at this this gameplay, I will say that Burnt Sienna, they were more aggressive that time, but almost too much so. There was a couple double commits here and there, which resulted in a goal here and there, as well as on offensive, they double commit the center, and then no one's there for the center, and that would leave it open for local sports to just clear that out and get it towards the orange side net. So I will say they need to play more aggressive, but if they were listening to this by any chance, which I doubt they are, but if they were, I would say they would need to be more aggressive, but also stay defensively locked down and do what they can to keep that blue team offense on the shutdown. So that blue team offense is very strong. Head into game number 3 here. I'm going to put a tick up on the board real quick, which should be right about there. Local sports team taking game 2. And we're headed into game number 3 here. This could be match point, depending on the way this game goes. Void's going to have to really show them who they are and just put all their effort into it if they want to take this game. Aaron getting a 50 with Shizzle. Shizzle clearing this out over to M. Gilcher. Gets shut down by DrunkCookies. Shizzle now in the back, trying to get it maybe cleared away, but DrunkCookies does have that pressure, and Karen's there for the center. Getting a very early lead. It's looking very similar the last couple of games. He's better at this game than he is at SSBU, and Tina throwing up the lol. Yeah. Cookies is doing very well in this game. Got a nice 50 here between Shizzle and Karen. Karen winning this 50, and 50's M. Gilcher as well. This is going up towards the wall. Shizzle picking up a full boost, getting a nice shot. Well, not shot, rather. Center off the wall. Gilcher's got no boost, maybe 12. Trying to get a center. Can't quite get it past Karen, but it's going up for the lob out. But Karen's there to shut it down, get it past T. Shizzle. DrunkCookies, now all he needs to do is get a nice touch towards center. Unfortunately, hitting the wall, bouncing off of it a little bit, and Karen's there, but Orange Team is there to stop it. DrunkCookies keeping the pressure on with a nice backflip shot, but Orange Team with another double commit clear does work out for them, but that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with their double commit clears. They need to really respect each other's space and take their turn with the clears and whatnot. Otherwise, they're not going to have much offensive pressure. But T. Shizzle getting this down into the corner, gets a nice center out for Gilcher. Gilcher with a shot on net. Very nice power shot. Right with the corner of that Dominus, putting that right in the back of the net. Tying the series with 4 minutes left. Like Burnt Sienna is really going to give them a good fight here. If they're going to go down, they're going to go down fighting, or maybe not go down at all. Might be seeing a reverse sweep. I know, I sure hope so. Would make the content better. Gilcher and DrunkCookies with the 50. DrunkCookies 50 this over to Shizzle. Shizzle lobbing this into the back left side of the orange net. Shizzle now pushing this down, but Karen's there to keep it into the orange side. Shizzle looking to get it past Cookies, but he's going to wait for that touch, take the full boost, and then get a nice slow hit down here to try to get to 50 on Cookies. Can't quite do that. T-Now saying reverse sweep coming up. Pog. I don't know, T-Now. After that goal, 2 blue team, 1 orange. I might have just cast cursed them. I'm not sure. DrunkCookies capitalizing on that unfortunate touch by orange team to put it up 1 goal in the series. GamerTeach saying more people need to play with the Jeep. It's a nice car. It's got the, I believe that's the Merc hitbox as well. Yo, the mustache. Thank you so much for that raid party of 4. I'm not sure why that didn't come through on the alerts, but I appreciate you bringing the party over to us, to quote IGL. I'm glitching out. Getting a nice clear. Not a clear, rather. A shot or a pass out to T. Shizzle. Sorry, I got turned around there. Gilcher's going to have to hustle back here if he's going to want to stop this offensive push here. You know, saying stash raid. Yes, sir. DrunkCookies, nice center, but Gilcher is there to keep this away. Does get spun out by NotTodayKaren. Karen couldn't quite get to the ball either. Now Gilcher, nice center. T-Shizzle's flying in for it. Can't quite get to it first, and Karen gets the clear out to Cookies. Cookies looking for the bounce here, maybe get a catch here, but Shizzle's going to capitalize on that mistake, and it might get a shot or a center. Gets the center and puts it in the net, tying the series. 2 minutes 49 seconds left. I'm seeing a different Burnt Sienna than we were seeing the past 2 games. They're all of a sudden they're finding breakaways. They're finding that open space and they're putting it into the net. It's a very nice change, I will say. I'm happy to see. Merc is Octane hitbox though. That's true. You make a good point. I forget that. The Jeep, it looks like the Merc, but it's got the Octane hitbox. New meta, maybe.
Oh, jeez, that lightning was hella
Heidi
close.
ho, how you doing? Usually getting the clear. Up into the corner. The lob to center for Gilcher. Gilcher can't quite connect with that. Yo, the mustache. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate you. T-Shizzle with the center to Gilcher. Gilcher rather, sneaking this right underneath the blue defender. Put it in the net. Burnt Sienna now taking the lead of the series. You know, might have been onto something with that reverse sweep. If they keep pushing like this, they're looking to come back on it. Now talking above my head, you like playing RL? Jeep looks good. Yeah, it's true. I know way too much about this game personally, so so there is that. But there you go. Hey, T-Shizzle with a nice, interesting flip over to Gilcher. 50s it with Cookies out to Karen into the orange corner. Gilcher now trying to get it past Cookies. Kind of does. Lobs it up into the ceiling area. Shizzle. Nice flip clear down to Cookies. Cookies passing this back to Gilcher. Gilcher getting a nice center across for Shizzle, but Karen does come over the top and shut down that offensive play. Gilcher's going to have to stop this shot by Karen on very unfortunate placement there by Gilcher. It looks like he was waiting for the bounce. Karen recognized that, got over the top, got the flick, trying to get the shot. Couldn't quite do it. Hits the post, and Cookies is there to capitalize, put it right in. Nice little wiggle celebration. We always like to see that. Puts them up tied, actually. Not puts them up. They're tied now. Shizzle wins that 50. Trying to get it over into the center. Maybe a shot. Can't quite do it. And looks like Karen's trying to get the shot on net. Does get over the top of Gilcher, and it looks like Orange Team maybe lost some focus. Maybe they didn't really have all the momentum they needed or whatnot, but you know, just unfortunate there to get it right into the back of the net, putting local sports team up by 1 goal in this series. You ever teach saying you actually bought the game and started playing it though? Yeah, it's very, very addicting. You gotta be careful with that. Soon you'll be like me and have like, what, 1,000 hours in the game? Yeah, watch out for that. Gilcher now looking into the back corner, gets a clear. It's going to be lob center. He knows he's got an aerial for it. He does. Gets it off the wall to Shizzle. Shizzle down into the blue corner. Aaron's got full boost now, looking to get the clear. Gets the lob. Unfortunate center, rather. And Gilcher and T-Shizzle double committing that. Almost getting the shot. That double commit's definitely going to hurt them here. They're going to have to hustle. They want to stop this play. DrunkCookies wasn't quite fast enough to get past them, and Shizzle does get the nice 50 clear out. Cookies hitting this over towards Shizzle's area. Shizzle hitting this up the wall, hitting this out to mid. Gilcher's there for the shot. Can't quite put it in, and Shizzle's there to finish it. Really nice pass plays there by Void. I will say I'm happy to see that one. My team, well, my organization's team rather, showing off some moves, putting that center down, and then putting the shot in as well. Very nice plays. Like that Tappers logo on the bottom? Yeah, it took me a second to do. That is our sponsor, if you will, for IGL. Put it on there to show it off. Gilcher getting a quick shot on net, but DrunkCookies shutting it down. T-Shizzle got no boost here. It's a nice pop-up to the mid, but can't quite get up to that ball, and DrunkCookies now trying to clear this past, but Gilcher gets a nice pinch out to the mid. Karen rather, sorry. Hitting this over to the corner. T-Shizzle hitting this out to Karen. Karen back into the left corner. Gilcher up to Karen. Karen back down to Gilcher. Over to DrunkCookies. This could be a play mounting here, but Gilcher does get the clear out. Karen keeping the pressure. Gilcher gets the 50 over the top of the net. T-Shizzle now trying to get up to it. Gets it past DrunkCookies. Karen's got a hustle. T-Shizzle's got an open net. Void Esports taking the lead of game number 3 with 13 seconds left. We could be seeing a game 4 here. Potentially game 5. They keep playing like the way they're playing. They're going to have to just hold on for 13 seconds. They want to take this game and stay alive for one more game. Sergeant G dropping the Pog champ. Always appreciate all the hype in the chat. Gilcher getting a nice 50. Karen lobbing this back towards mid. Shizzle shutting that down. Up towards DrunkCookies. He does have the angle. Well, not quite the angle, but did look like he was getting it. T-Shizzle off the wall. T-Shizzle back to Karen. Back to Gilcher. Gilcher up into the air, and T-Shizzle clearing this away. That could be hitting the ground. DrunkCookies hustling back to catch it. Keeps it up into the air. Karen taking this off the wall. Over to Gilcher. Gilcher's looking to ground it, but T-Shizzle finally does put the ball on the ground, bringing the series to 2-1 in local sports team's favor. Very nice plays by Void Esports. I do believe they listened to what I said earlier with that rotation, locking down their defense, finding the gaps in the offense, and just putting it in the back of the net. They found how to beat them, or they found how to get through that offense. Now they just have to keep that consistency to pull through, maybe with this game number 4 or 5. Local sports team, on the other hand, is going to need to really realize that they changed their offensive rotation, lock down their defense even more, maybe get less aggressive as they do have the lead in this circuit, and just see what they can do to get this this game. Alright, bro, anything you know about the teams later? Yeah, we do have other teams playing later. After this game, I'm going to put up a BRB screen, which will have the 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and 11 p.m. games, all listed with team pictures and everything, while I work on my other overlays, if you will, to try to fix those. So yeah, I do believe we have, I want to say a 3v3, 2 more 3v3s. It might be a 3v3 and a 2v2. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but heading into game number 4 here. Still match point for a local sports team. I did forget to put the tick on the board. Let me do that real quick. Left side, 1 tick, 2-1. Local sports team still in the lead. They do have that little bit of buffer zone. Void Esports is still at match point. Yeah, they're going to need to wiggle their tires as fast as they can to try to win this game here. T-Shizzle getting the 50 with Karen. Filcher's there to take this. Gets it off the wall. Maybe the T-Shizzle, but DrunkCookies does get back there and getting an early goal. I believe almost every game we've played against, DrunkCookies or Karen, one of the people from Blue Team, local sports team rather, gets an early goal within like right off the kickoff. We do know that Void Esports can handle that, as they did win the last game, but it's definitely got to be a punch in the face as they worked really hard to get to game number 4, and then they get scored on in like the first 6 seconds. Cookies now looking to get this off the wall. Can't quite connect with the ball though. Karen's underneath to get it over into the corner. T-Shizzle making the clear. Cookies is going to have to hurry. T-Shizzle picking up some pads, trying to catch it. Can't quite do it. Cookies is faster, but he does get an unfortunate center out to T-Shiz, who puts it right into the back of the net, tying the series up. 4 minutes, 38 seconds. I take back what I said earlier. Void Esports knows how to handle this. They just put it back and tied it back up. Said, hey, you take the lead early, that's fine. We'll take the tie early. That's how we do things around here. Gamer Teach saying he just realized this was 2v2. No problem, man. It is what it is. You're new to the game. 4 people on the field. Later we do have some 3v3 though, which should be pretty fast paced as more people all across the ball, if you will. Cookie's now clearing this to Shiz, getting a 50 with Karen. Gilcher lobbing this up into the blue right side corner. Cookies getting the back flip over to Karen. Karen getting the back or the side flip down to Cookies. Cookies almost sniping Karen there for the shot. This might be a shot anyway. Nice pass plays there by local sports team. They had the Karen down to Cookies, almost back up to Karen, but just puts it in the back of the net anyway, as Gilcher was caught off guard there with that fast, high shot. Very nice plays by local sports team, putting them up 1 game. Still 4 minutes left, though. This could be a very high-scoring game. That's what it's looking like, at least. Both teams are getting pretty aggressive. They've settled down a little bit. They know what they're doing now, and they're putting on a show for us. Cookies getting the clear out to Karen. Karen hitting this down to Gilcher. Gilcher trying to get this past Cookies. Can't quite do it. It's rolling up the right side of the field. Cookies looking off the wall shot, but is shut down by T-Shizzle. Flipping forward here. Gilcher's taking the ball into the the blue corner. Gilcher getting the center over for his teammate, but Cookies does get a nice catch there, and unfortunately gets pinched in by Gilcher. I don't know if that was calculated or not. We're going to give it to him. But Gilcher there hitting this over to Cookies, saying, hey, you got this ball. That's fine. I'm just going to put this right in the back of the net anyway. T-Shizzle throwing up the calculated. That's how I know it wasn't calculated, because that is my best friend, and that's what he does. But we'll give it to him anyway. Gilcher now 50 and DrunkCookies onto the right side of, or the left side of the orange side, rather. DrunkCookies looking to get the shot. Can't quite get the shot, but gets the center. Shizzle there to get it over the top of Karen. Gilcher now gonna let T-Shizzle go for this one. T-Shizzle getting it past Karen here. Center for Gilcher. Gilcher can't quite get the shot, though, and now Karen and T-Shizzle are racing. Getting that ball. T-Shizzle gets the boost. Karen's got a 41 boost. Doesn't matter. Can't quite get up to that aerial. T-Shizzle does get the clear away from DrunkCookies. Now letting this one slowly lob down. T-Shizzle trying to clear this out to mid. NotTodayKaren keeping this into the orange corner. GamerTeach throwing up the beer and the cookies. DrunkCookies in the chat. I appreciate the hype. Gilcher hitting this back over to mid for T-Shizzle, but gets faked out by DrunkCookies. DrunkCookies looking for the flick. Gets it. Gilcher can't quite save it. Very nice play by DrunkCookies. I'm sure he's happy about that one. If that was me, I'd be clipping it. Gets the fake. Absolutely savage. And then flicks it on top of him. Gilcher can't quite get up to that ball to save it. Putting them up 1 goal in the series. Still game point. Very close game, though. T-Shizzle and NotTodayKaren looking to do this kickoff. Goes to the left side. Gilcher beating DrunkCookies, taking up the wall. 10 boost. He can get a center out if he can get behind it, but can't quite do it. DrunkCookies keeping this into the corner. Shizzle hitting this back up into the corner. Shizzle off the wall flicks, trying to put a nice shot on. That would have been impressive. Now Karen gets the breakaway here, but Shizzle is too fast and keeps it away from him. DrunkCookies now gets the breakaway, and Gilcher can't quite get back to make the save, putting the local sports team up 2 goals with 2 minutes left, 30 seconds. I would say it's still anyone's game. That's a lot of time to work with, especially we're just now in the second half of the game. This is going to be a very intense matchup, I can already tell. It already is intense. It's going to get much more intense. We could be seeing an overtime here. Gilcher getting the 50 to DrunkCookies. Out to mid. Gilcher again. Can't quite get it past DrunkCookies into the net. Now Karen looking to get it past Shizzle. Shizzle gets the 50. Out towards DrunkCookies, who keeps it back into the right side corner. Shizzle now squaring up some center here. Gets it over the top of Cookies or Karen. They pinch it. Unfortunately, this is in front of their net. Cookies gets to clear out to Gilcher. Gilcher putting it right back. Karen's trying to keep this into the corner. A lot of them are low on boost here. They're just working with their flips. Shizzle taking this off the ceiling. Bounces down. He's flipping out maybe to get a shot on net here. Flying up for it. Can't quite get that angle. It's very unfortunate. Didn't quite get that quick arrow the way he wanted. Now DrunkCookies getting a 50. Real nice 50 down into the orange corner. Shizzle was fast enough on the rotation to keep it out though. Gilcher now trying to get it past Karen. He's going to let Karen hit it. Maybe he's waiting for the touch or something. Cookies flying in. Keeps it into the corner. Seeing lots of cookies in the chat. Shizzle, Gilcher coming down, looking for some pass plays here, but Karen's going to try to keep this away from Shizzle. Does do so. Hits it out for DrunkCookies. Cookies and Gilcher gets a nice 50 for DrunkCookies. Not good for Orange Team. Shizzle's flying down here to make the save. A little bit of a panic jump there, but gets lucky. Gilcher can't quite get the clear. Shizzle now hitting this up. Can't quite get to it. DrunkCookies, nice lob downs towards the orange side, but Gilcher is there to clear that one away. Gets killed by DrunkCookies, and now Karen pushing this over towards Shizzle, who pushes it back over to the midfield. Gets a nice shot here. DrunkCookies clears those. And Shizzle's putting it right back. DrunkCookies also doesn't quite clear those as Gilcher comes in and kind of hits him into it. Keep him from getting that clear. Void Burnt Sienna's really showing them what they got. Trying to come back. They got a minute left. It's 2 minutes, 30 seconds down 2. Now they got 1 goal, and now they're a minute left. They can still do it if they keep this momentum, if they keep that pressure. Karen and Shizzle getting the 50. Shizzle with 12 boost, 24 now, rather, to get it over the top of Cookies. Does get it out to Gilcher. Gilcher getting it past the blue defender. Gilcher trying to put it in the back of the net, but is stopped by DrunkCookies. DrunkCookies now trying to get it past the orange defender. Shizzle turns the wrong way and gets flicked and bumped by DrunkCookies. That one's gotta hurt. 44 seconds left. Up by 2 on blue team. Void Esports Burnt Sienna is really gonna have to, I don't know at this point. They're going to have to push really hard. They're going to have to get some type of kickoff goal or something if they want to stay comfortable. Local sports team on the other team, or on the other hand, needs to just keep their defense locked down now. Gilcher getting this underneath Karen. Past DrunkCookies, lobbing it out towards the middle, but there's no one there. Shizzle didn't quite have the boost to get the shot. Karen now hitting this down towards Gilcher. Gilcher going up the wall, trying to get the clear. Can't quite do it. Into the corner. Shizzle getting the 50 on Karen. Up to the left side, gets 50'd by Cookies in front of the net. That's a shot, but Gilcher getting a nice post there to keep it out. Gilcher now pushing it past DrunkCookies. Cookies to Karen. Karen back to DrunkCookies, but Gilcher is going to intercept this one. Try to get it past Karen. Can't quite. It's over the top. Last 10 seconds. This is looking like this series is going to go to local sports team. I am very upset as my team lost, but it is perfectly fine as they have next week. Very nice plays by local sports team. They just came out and they were coming out to play. They were coming out to win. Shutting down Void Esports Burnt Sienna. GG's to everyone. I'll drop that in the chat here in 1 second after I put up their third and final tick on the board, making them the winners of the circuit. GG's, guys.